y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I have finally made it to Fajardo, Puerto Rico. I've essentially been traveling all day, left for the airport in Tampa at like noon, just got to the hotel here. It's almost 9:30. This hotel I'm staying in does have a gym. It actually has like a whole dedicated gym, but it's only open until 9 o'clock. It's 9:30. I can't go to the gym. I can't run on the treadmill. Don't really know if it's in my best interest to be running around a small town in Puerto Rico that I don't know too much about for 5 or 6 miles in the middle of the night, basically. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take a rest day today. Last week was probably my best week of marathon training yet. I ran 55 and a half miles, hit my longest long run at 16 miles at a 7:03 pace, and this is all coming off of my half marathon the previous Sunday. I didn't know how last week was gonna go, so I didn't really film too much. My body wasn't giving me any signals after my half marathon that I shouldn't go run, so I threw in some really easy pace recovery runs in the days after my race. I got in close to 7 miles easy yesterday, really easy recovery pace stuff, so I can hit a really spicy track workout tomorrow. And also, obviously, I have to work tomorrow. I'm not here on vacation. I have to work. That is why I'm here in Puerto Rico. But I'm blessed to be able to be in Puerto Rico for work. So you know I'm going to take advantage of every opportunity that I can get. And what better place to explore than the eastern coast of Puerto Rico? I'm only about 30 minutes away from El Yunque, one of the coolest tropical rainforests in the entire world. So beyond all the running that I'm about to do, I'm super excited just to be able to see, explore, and experience what the island of Puerto Rico has to offer. Being less than 6 weeks out from my marathon, I'm going to be here during 2 of essentially my peak weeks of marathon training. My goal this week is to run 60 miles. So I'm gonna make myself some dinner. This is night 1 in Puerto Rico. Alright you guys, welcome back. It's Wednesday the 16th. It's been a pretty interesting day. So my plan originally was to go to Fit to Run, which I had planned out before because I saw there was actually a Fit to Run in this town of Fajardo. And I wanted to get some gels, I wanted to get some electrolytes, just because I didn't feel like bringing them along and I knew they would just be readily available to me at Fit to Run. I was driving through the town after I got done with work. None of the traffic lights were working, and I went into the plaza where the Fit to Run was. None of the stores were open. The whole entire island of Puerto Rico right now is out of power. So I had to scrounge around, basically. I ended up finding an open store that had electrolytes. I did manage to get into a grocery store and find some dates. So that's what we're working with today. So we came down here to a local track, and another really cool part about Puerto Rico too, there are public tracks available in almost every single city or little town. No matter how big or small, there is a public use track in essentially every single town in Puerto Rico. It's actually amazing. Back in Tampa, we really only have one track that anyone is able to run on, and it's not even public. So my workout for today is gonna be a 3-mile warm-up into a 5-mile tempo run at probably slightly slower than marathon pace. It is hilly around here, and that's another reason why I was really excited to come to Puerto Rico, is that I can get some real hill training in. Come back after my 5-mile tempo, jump straight into a 4 by 1200 meter repeat session at probably a little quicker than half marathon pace, pushing those threshold miles at slightly below marathon pace to fatigue my legs a little bit and get me to understand what it's going to take to run at least semi-longer distances on tired legs and still be able to try and push some faster paces. I only brought 2 pairs of shoes along with me for this trip, the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s, and I also brought my Alpha Fly 3s. So I'm gonna do the majority of this work, other than the track repeats, in the Endorphin Speed 4, and then hop into the track repeats in my Alpha Fly 3s. All right, tempo work done. I got about a 5 to 6 minute recovery here. That was tough. I know I said I wanted to go a little bit slower than marathon pace, but I knew after that first mile that was cooked. I took that first mile at 7 minutes flat, which felt too quick even on flattish ground, and I knew that that was going to be my flattest mile the entire time. I just didn't want to overcook myself for what I was about to get into right now, which is going to be 4 by 1200. We got dogs out here on the track, only in Puerto Rico, you know. So after the 4-mile fatiguing tempo where I averaged a 7:31 for those 4.5 miles. I split 439, 435, 430, and then 432 for 4 1,200 meter repeats to average 6:03 for those 4 1,200 meters. I'm actually really happy with that. It's tough out here, it's humid, it's windy, it's Puerto Rico, it's hilly. I wasn't at all prepared for the hills that I was about to face on that 4-mile fatigue. I said I wanted hills and I absolutely got them. I got punched in the face by them actually, but I'm glad that I didn't really try to push it. I would have just overcooked myself for those 1,200 meter repeats, which I feel really good about. I'm wondering right now, what am I about to eat for food if the whole entire island is out of power? Alright, so basically all of the restaurants here in Fajardo are closed, so we are back at Ralph's. We're just gonna have to make do with what we got. We don't have a choice. I'll see you back at the hotel. I picked up some of these apple cinnamon mush overnight oats, which are so good. Just regular plain yogurt, and this pre-cooked chicken. And also they had these on sale, so of course I had to snag them. Plantains, whipping up dinner. And before you clown me, before you say, Max, what is this absurd meal that you have right here? Because it's literally just chicken and plantains. If you're ever in a pinch like this, if the whole island of Puerto Rico ever goes out of power and you need food, go and find you some of this Sewell's Kitchen fajita chicken. Absolutely no artificial ingredients or really anything bad in that. It's really just chicken and like a little bit of spices. Plantains, great carb source, pretty nutritious. They're cooked in vegetable oil. I don't care. Stop being a pussy. I'm so lucky that this hotel has a generator. I wanted to get some rest last night when I got here, so I didn't wake up in the morning and run. Just kind of saved this session for the afternoon. But tomorrow I want to get up in the morning, catch the sunrise, 6 miles easy. I'm going to enjoy my plantain and chicken and catch you guys in the morning. I've said it before, I absolutely love sweet potatoes, and a batata is essentially a tropical sweet potato. It's like a white flesh to it. Apparently they're sweeter. I'm just gonna eat this, bro. I'm starving. I'm done talking about it. Bro, that's so gas. The texture of it, bro, it's like a cake. Like it melts, and this like literally melts in your mouth. First batata did not disappoint. Alright guys, welcome back. It's Friday, April 18th. So I'm just getting finished up with work. I'm taking this time right now while I have it to get my medium long run done. Not gonna wait. I don't think it's gonna get any cooler today. I'm gonna take most of this run steady, and for the couple of steep hill sections that are gonna be on this little 11-mile loop, I'm going to do some hill strides, or maybe you could call them hill surges, because they're basically gonna be in the middle of my run. So I've always really liked these salt stick chews. I'm gonna be taking these with me for sure. And I was able to make it into Fit to Run yesterday and pick up these Date Fix gels. It doesn't really make sense to be taking dates as a gel because they have fiber in them, and that therefore can, get things going in your stomach. I'm gonna keep rolling with them, and if they work for me, then I don't know why I wouldn't use them. So I'm gonna get into this run and see you guys when I get back. Wow. That was really difficult. I'm covered in bugs right now. The fueling went really well. I only had 2 of my Date Fix gels, but I was able to get both of them down really easy, and they just felt pretty natural, even though these are kind of like a thicker consistency than what some people would probably like. All I needed out there was some water, and honestly, if I had some water, I probably would have, threw those last couple miles in, but I just needed some water, and I was already back to my car, so I just said, screw it, I'm just gonna call it. So essentially for my post-run, post-lunch, pre-dinner snack, I got arepas con camarones. These are so good. These are so gas. I actually got 2 extra arepas, just plain, no shrimp, so I can get some extra carbs in, because my legs feel really good after that 10 miles this afternoon. I'm feeling like a extra stimulus, but that actually depends on what I'm about to go do. There's this place called La Zanja here in Fajardo, Puerto Rico. I think it's about a 2-mile walk to get out there. So about a 4-mile hike, walk, round trip. But I need to stop yapping and finish these arepas so I can get out there and make it myself. We made it to La Zanja, which essentially translates to the ditch in Spanish. I feel like they could have given it a better name. Have liked, commented, subscribed, or supported the channel in any way up to this point, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you for just coming along, supporting, and being a part of whatever this journey will turn into one day. And if you talked to me in April of 2024 and told me that I would be running my second marathon in May of the next year, and I would be having the confidence to talk to a camera on the edge of a cliff in Puerto Rico, I would look at you in disbelief and say, I wish I could have the confidence to do something like that, because that would be a dream of mine, no matter what. And I just sometimes can become a little too entrenched with all the things that come with marathon training, trying to be my best. I mean, I want to be great. Like, I really want to be the greatest version of myself that I can be, and I really want to achieve things, whether it be in this sport or in life. I have pretty high expectations for myself, and we all have different goals. Greatness doesn't just revolve around running or whatever sport you play. It applies for me to all aspects of my life, and I'm never going to stop pursuing what I deem to be the greatest version of myself, so that I can continue to bring happiness to the people around me, and maybe even just inspire you if you're watching this channel, or inspire anyone in my life that I come across to become the best versions of themselves as well. So on that note, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.